Hey, welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for Wednesday. We have a big 11-game slate, so let's get into it. I'm looking forward to breaking the slate down. It was a good day yesterday. Cashed on both sides. Shout out to DeJounte Murray coming through at super low ownership compared to the other superstars, like 10% owned in some contests. He dropped a 60 piece. Paul George was solid. So basically, that Spurs Clippers game stack worked out the best out of the other out of the three, as the other two were kind of blowouts. So hopefully you made some money as well. Let's keep it going today. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Twitter at the DFS Process. Check out the website if you want to join us. Link is in the description. Check out Prize Picks. Have some picks out later today on Twitter as well. And it's 11 games, but we already kind of know exactly which teams to target right now. We'll definitely get more news as the day goes on, with there being 22 teams in action today. But right now, you're looking to the Dallas Mavericks without Luka Doncic. You're looking to the Cleveland Cavaliers without, a ton of their starters. Those are the two best teams to target right now. And then you have some nice one-off plays that we'll get to. But point guard plays, you have James Harden back-to-back against Cleveland, 11-3. Don't really see myself paying all the way up for him today. Westbrook is 11K. Don't see myself going all the way up there for Westbrook. They just kind of priced up some of these guys. Like LaMelo is 10-7. Love LaMelo, but I cannot pay 10-7 for him. I couldn't even pay 10K for him. There's no way I can pay 10-7 for him on an 11-game slate. I would probably just take some savings and go down to like Damian Lillard. He's 93. He's even though he's not like putting up huge fantasy scores, he's been really consistent recently. The minutes are through the roof, 38-40 in the last 4 games that he's played. And the fantasy points have been solid, 47, 41, 46, 43, 43, 46, 44. So he's gotten over 40, like 43 and 5, or in 6 of his last 7 games. And so with all these other guys, price tags is jacking up. You still have Damian Lillard at a very good price tag, that where if he does happen to drop 50 plus, that's going to be a great value. There's a chance he does give you that 60-point upside as well. So we have a lot of value plays. I'll be able to get to some pay-ups, and I like Lillard compared to like 10-7 or 11K or 11-3 for these other superstars that are more expensive. Devin Booker 9K, just not somebody that I really pay $9,000 for. Chris Paul 87. Once again, probably won't get to him at that price tag. I like Fox a little bit. Good spot against Minnesota. In the 7K range, you have Cole Anthony. Gives you upside, but the matchup is brutal against the Knicks. Slow pace, tough defensive matchup there. Lowry, 78. Hopefully Butler plays so we don't have to deal with like Lowry or Tyler Hero. They're kind of priced up, so they're not must plays if Butler is out. But if Butler plays, then I'm not looking at either one of those guys. Same thing with Dinwiddie. Now that Beal is back, 78 is just too high for me to pay with the best player returning. 6K range, looking at some of these Cleveland guys, you have Ricky Rubio and Darius Garland, both at $6,500. With them being the same price tag, I prefer Ricky Rubio. He had a horrible first half. He had like 3 fantasy points at like the end of the second, and then he had a great third quarter and a great fourth quarter. He played 37 minutes. So you're going to see Ricky Rubio play high minutes today. They're still missing. Jared Allen has already been ruled out. Evan Mobley's out for 2 to 4 weeks. They don't have Markkanen still. Still no Colin Sexton, so that's 4 starters out. So basically, Garland is the lone starter surviving. Ricky Rubio is going to get a bump. Chetty Osman looks very good. We'll get to him. And Kevin Love is going to return at 53. Looks very good as well. Cade Cunningham, $6,100, had a great game. He dropped 51, so very solid performance from Cade Cunningham. He's at a good price tag still. The matchup is a good one against the Pacers in terms of just pace and them playing, not playing very good defense, and typically will be somewhat higher scoring, but you never know with the Pistons offense. But he's viable. I probably like Ricky Rubio a little bit more than him. You have Lonzo at 65 as well, especially if he becomes super popular on an 11-gamer. There are a bunch of other pivots that you can make. Even below him, you have Jalen Brunson at 57. He should probably start in place of Luka Doncic, and he's already had some big games, 53, even with Luka there in some of these situations. He should see mid-30s in minutes today. Plug him in at shooting guard. Just looks very, very appealing. Other plays at 5K, don't have anybody that really jumps out. The 4K, Killian Hayes has been playing a little bit better, but that's like a really tournament flyer, not somebody you trust at all. And then Suggs is questionable if he does suit up. He's only 4K. That could be worth a shot in like some tournaments. And that's basically it for now. Moving on to shooting guard. Top end, you have LaMelo. Just cannot pay that much for LaMelo Ball. Same thing with Bradley Beal. He's 10K almost. I can't pay that much for him today. We have Zach LaVine, 85. He's been solid, dropping 40s. Nothing wrong with it if you wanted to get to Zach LaVine today. It's a good spot against Portland. But you do have some good value here with like Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson look like good options here. Even going further down, you could play Darius Garland here. So he gives you that dual position eligibility. You still have Dennis Schroeder without Jaylen Brown at 65. Other plays here would be Tim Hardaway Jr. at 53. You should get a nice bump in usage. We know he loves to shoot. He should get some more shots today and some more usage with that Luka Doncic there. He's actually done a good job with some of these peripherals recently. 7, 6 rebounds, 4, 2, 2, 4 assists. So he's been doing a good job with the assists and rebounds. Should see good minutes today. And just a lot of volume to go around for these other guys. I think definitely you would expect Tim Hardaway to be the first guy to kind of volunteer to shoot some more. 4K range, don't have anybody that really looks that appealing. Like Oubre is good for tournaments. Fournier's at a good price tag, but the Knicks just have so many guys it's tough to kind of trust. It's like some of their, like 4th and 5th option guys here. And then Bruce Brown, Kevin Huerter, if he plays, he's 4K. But Chetty Osman looks very good. He's only 4,000. He's been playing a lot better. I thought they would probably have him in the starting lineup last game, but he came off the bench and it didn't really matter. He put up 43, played 31 minutes. You should see similar, if not more, minutes today, just without having their two bigs. And Brooklyn is a team that plays, they don't play big. They have Kevin Durant at the 4. They play some small ball with Blake Griffin at the 5. Blake Griffin undersized center. They have Aldridge at the 5, who's typically like a power forward when he was, with the Spurs. So kind of like Chetty at this price tag. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts, even if he doesn't start. You should get good usage off the bench. You should definitely close with like Ricky Rubio, Garland, and definitely Kevin Love, Chetty, and then they probably throw in like whoever's playing well, whether it's Valentine or they have some other like wings off the bench. But I got to go with 4,000 for Chetty. It's just a really good value play for a guy that does give you some solid upside. Power forward without Luka, everybody's gonna go to Kristaps. He's at 74. He's not even expensive, so he's probably gonna be one of the most popular plays on the slate. And I definitely will be a part of it. He's been not only playing really well with Luka, but now without Luka, hopefully continues his hot streak. 55 plus shooting percentage, 3 straight games, playing good minutes, hitting the threes, getting rebounds, block shots, doing everything, except for like really assisting, but he's typically not going to do that. But it's a good matchup in terms of just being a close game against the Suns. Even without Luka, I think the Mavs can keep it close with the way Porzingis has been playing. So he's my favorite power forward play of the day. I'm not paying 12.5 for Giannis. I probably won't pay 11.5 for Durant either. Tatum is viable at 10.2. I don't want to pay 10K for Randall. Sabonis, decent at 92, but I think there's some better value plays. And then in the 7K range, that's Porzingis. Sticks out above the rest by far. 6K range, don't have anybody really that I'm looking at, with Bobby Portis now being almost 7,000. 5K range, definitely Kevin Love. Looks very appealing. And that is basically it. I don't see myself needing to go any further down. Maybe if they're without Kevin Huerter, then Gallinari becomes a good play. If they're without Kevin Huerter today, with still not having DeAndre Hunter, then Gallo would be a great value play, and you would also see Cam Reddish soak up some more minutes. He's only $3,400. Probably like Gallo more than Reddish, but I think both would be viable if there's no Kevin Huerter. Moving on to center, you can pay up for Davis if you wanted to. I typically, I can, but I think I would like to go with a value play here. I like Christian Wood a little bit at 77, but the main guy that I'm that's sticking out in my head is $6,200 for DeAndre Ayton, going up against this Dallas front court with Porzingis and with like Dwight Powell. They've been giving it up to centers this year, and Ayton is only $6,200. He finally made his return. He didn't look limited at all. He played 33 minutes, had 5 fouls, but at this price tag at home gives you 30s, 40s, 50-point upside. I think he's a little bit too good to pass up, just based on the point per dollar play that you could expect out of Ayton. So that is the route that I will go with. And then plug in another Cleveland guy, and that's going to be Kevin Love to round it out. He's 53, should start today, probably at center. He matches up well against like Blake Griffin. They're both basically the same size. Matches up fine against LaMarcus Aldridge. Should see north of like 30 minutes at least. And even on the season, he's been good point per minute wise. 20 minutes, averaging 24 fantasy points. We know he's getting up there in age a little bit, but if he can handle 30 minutes, I would expect 30 plus fantasy points given his production and his like average on the season. The matchup is solid as well for a big. So that's it. Looks like a pretty clear-cut slate. And right now it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Get the Cleveland guys in there. Get the Mavs guys in there. Go with some solid one-offs like Lillard and Ayton. And that's basically it for DraftKings. Let's talk about FanDuel. So FanDuel point guard plays. You have very good price tags on some of these guys here. Westbrook's getting closer and closer to 10,000. He's still viable, but LaMelo looks better at 9K. But Lillard looks really good at only 82. You have Zach LaVine sub 8,000, Fox sub 8K, so those guys would be viable as well. Cole Anthony is fine at 76, gives you some big time upside. And then Rubio 62, Garland is 66, Garland is 62. They're pretty much similar on DraftKings. Are the same price tag, so I prefer Rubio on FanDuel. If that $400 makes a big difference, you can go down to Garland instead. And then I still like Brunson at 65, just because he's already put up some big games, and he should get a lot of usage and the ball in his hands a lot today. And then you have Cade Cunningham. Lonzo has good value plays at $6K and $5,800 respectively. And I don't think you need to go any further down. You already have like 6 or 7 options right here in the 5 and 6K range. Didn't even mention Dennis Schroeder, who is $6,200 against Atlanta. At shooting guard, I'll probably stick with that kind of 6K range that we looked at. You have Zach LaVine. I like him if you wanted to pay up. But just give me like one of Rubio, if not like 2 out of Rubio, Brunson, Garland, Schroeder, Cade Cunningham. Like they all look very appealing. I will go ahead and plug in Brunson at 65. Small forward, probably won't get up to Giannis, or Durant today. I think there's better plays. Like Tatum is only 93. He struggled the last couple of games, but that was against Cleveland, and they are very good defensively. Should be a lot higher scoring games. Like the last couple of games against Cleveland, they were at like 200 totals. This one is much higher against Atlanta, and Tatum will be a lot more free to shoot some more and get some more usage. Not that he didn't have usage, but just to get some more open looks and play at a much faster pace. For the value picks here, you have a pretty good price tag on Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway is only $5,200. I will plug him in as well. Plug him in at small forward. I think he looks fine at either position, but small forward, like shooting guard, is a lot more loaded than small forward. So if I was going to play Tim Hardaway, which I probably will at only 52 without Luka, he looks very appealing at that position. And then Chetty Osman is only like 46. I like him as well. Looks better on DraftKings, but still playable on FanDuel. Power forward, look in the mid-range a little bit, like Tatum, Porzingis. Porzingis is priced up a little bit, but I still like him at 88. I don't mind looking at Randall on FanDuel. He's only 86 compared to 99. Good spot against Orlando, big front court, so you should expect Randall to play a lot of minutes as usual. You do have a nice price tag on Christian Wood at only 73 against Oklahoma City. It's a great spot for 2 terrible teams, but a great spot. Actually, Thunder have been better than expected. They have a decent record, like only I think like 2 or 3 games below 500. But Kevin Love 53, gonna be tough to pass up on some of these Cavs guys with them all these injuries. And Love is productive when he's given minutes, and he should be given a lot of minutes today. And last but not least, at center, you can go up to Cat, you can go up to Porzingis, but Ayton is priced up to 78, so I'll probably like him on DraftKings more. But tough to pass up on Christian Wood, I would say. He's only 73. He's been bad the last couple of games, but there's a chance there's no Kevin Porter, so that would just make more usage for Christian Wood. The matchup is just so good, going up against Robinson Earl, going up against Muscala. Favors doesn't play much, but might get some minutes matchup against Favors. So it's just a very appealing spot for Christian Wood. I kind of like these 5 to build out sort of FanDuel lineup, but he's still got almost 7K left for the other 4 spots. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Best of luck tonight. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.